All right, let's talk about Georgia and the guns everywhere law. A FedEx package handler in Georgia, in Kennesaw, Georgia, went on a shooting rampage early yesterday at his workplace, wounding 6 people before turning the gun on himself and killing himself. Cobb County Police Sergeant Dana Pierce told reporters that individual is deceased here at the scene. The shooter has been identified as 19-year-old Geddy L. Kramer of Ackworth. His body was found near a shotgun. That was the only weapon that he had at the time. Do you remember Kennesaw? We did a story about Kennesaw, Georgia. It was either on the regular show or on the bonus show, I don't remember, a little while ago, where we talked about how the city has a mandatory gun possession ordinance. There is an ordinance which requires everyone in Kennesaw to have guns, assuming under the premise that it will make the city really, really safe. Because who would ever go on a shooting spree in a city where you assume everybody's going to have guns? Now, in practice, it's not an ordinance that is enforced. So we have a really high gun ownership rate of about 50% in Kennesaw, Georgia, but not 100% as the ordinance would like. We often hear, right, that if you have hard targets where everyone is known to have guns, people would never attack at those places. It would be safer as a result of having more guns, because you'd be really stupid to take out a gun and try to shoot people when you know everybody is armed. Kennesaw, Georgia. Guns everywhere, mandatory gun ordinance. This was the hardest target in the country, isn't it, Lewis? And it didn't stop this guy from opening fire.
Right. The problem with the idea that if everyone has a gun, shooting sprees won't happen is that usually the people carrying out these shooting sprees want to die and are ready to die and don't care about getting shot. Half the time, they end up killing themselves. So it's not going to stop any crazy people from going on shooting sprees at all, ever.
Lewis brings up a good point, which gets us to the second part of the pro-gun argument, which is, okay, if the people are crazy, so they're going to shoot anyway, at least if we have a lot of guns around, somebody will shoot the shooter. A good guy with a gun will shoot the bad guy with a gun before they're able to injure or kill or shoot too many people. Well, that also didn't happen. This guy took out a shotgun, mind you, a shotgun, not any kind of automatic, easy-to-fire weapon, and shot and wounded 6 different people. By chance, he didn't kill any of them, right? That's mere coincidence. And nobody in Kennesaw, with the mandatory gun ownership policy ordinance, took him out. He ended up taking himself out after shooting 6 people with a shotgun. Again, part 2 of the fairy tale that we hear didn't come true.
Yeah, of course. And can you imagine a situation in which someone walks into a bustling hub of people,
of course,
and pulls out a gun, and everyone else in that room pulls out a gun?
It's patently absurd. If you're the second good guy with the gun, you hear shots and you run in. But in the meantime, there's a good guy with a gun who started shooting at the bad guy with the gun. Now there's a firefight. Who do you know? How do you know who to shoot, right? As the second good guy with the gun. It's ridiculous.
Well, David, obviously the bad guy will be dressed in all black leather with some type of cape and a skull mask, right?
Yeah, then maybe you assume that. Or maybe you assume that there will be certain other characteristics that the bad guy with the gun will have that will make it instantly clear to you who they are. This program is supported directly by you. Please go to davidpakman.com/membership to become a supporter today and get a whole bunch of great member benefits while doing it.